So, friends, this is how you want to experience Cedar Falls. 8 o'clock at night, there's nobody else here, and it's just beautiful. Definitely come to Hocking Hills State Park in Ohio.
Yes.
So friends, we just left Baylor Beach and we're headed to the Hocking Hills KOA because we're going to explore the Hocking Hills area and some caves and stuff. So friends, I'm filming this to show you that when they say Ohio is flat, I think they're kind of lying. I also wanted to tell you guys how we ended up staying at the KOA. Originally we were looking at state parks, but Ohio has a policy where you can only have one dog at your campsite. And since we have 2 dogs, that doesn't really work for us. We did email somebody and they said we could bring 2, but
At that point, we had already decided to stay at the KOA because it had taken them a while to get back to us. So,
well, that and like it's hard to trust that. You know, like if you show up and they change their mind and follow the policy as it's written, and then you have no place to stay. And as you guys all know, these days you can't get a site on a weekend, spur of the moment. So, and this is where we're staying for the weekend.
yeah.
But we also have the KOA rewards card, so it's not that expensive. And the site is just water and electric, which makes it even a little better. So I'm not exactly sure what we paid either.
No, I don't remember.
But we'll put it up. We'll figure it out and we'll flash it across the screen. But until then, we're just going to give you some footage as we roll into the resort, and we'll talk to you soon. So friends, this road is crazy. You go up over these hills and you're like, front end of the truck is pointed at the sky and you have like no idea where the road goes on the way down. It's really quite interesting.
This is why they tell you you're not allowed to check in after 9 o'clock.
So where are we going?
We're going. What the?
Are we going to see a waterfall?
Yeah.
Sarah, don't jump down the steps.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, everybody. Well, we just checked in and got registered and all that stuff at the campground, and we wanted to try to at least see one thing today. So this is the fall to Cedar Falls.
Yeah. Trail to Cedar Falls.
Is that not what I said?
You said fall.
Oh, this is the trail to Cedar Falls. My words are all backwards. So this is just a gorgeous little trail here with all these hemlocks.
Yeah.
I mean, who would have thought we're in Ohio? When you see something like this, you would expect it to be out west somewhere.
It's really nice. And I gotta say, I kind of like that it's one way. It kind of feels like we're hiking alone, even though I know that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that does make sense. This is extremely hard to capture. Oh. Friends, I don't know if you can see that there out in the water, but that's a turtle. I don't know what kind of turtle.
It's a turtle. Can you see the turtle? Out there on the tree. In the water. Right in the middle.
You know, obviously it's a crowded place on a, I guess it's Thursday. Yeah, Thursday evening. I'd hate to see it on the weekend. Of course, we're going to be seeing some of this stuff on the weekends. This whole place is just incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, everywhere you look, there's something. It says on the sign back there that the early people thought that these were cedar trees, so that's why they call it Cedar Falls, but they're eastern hemlocks. So friends, we've definitely come to the conclusion that any places else that we're going while we're here, we've got to get up early and do before there's a bunch of people. It's also clear that the rules about no waiting and such are definitely not followed. So we got that going for us. Okay, good morning everybody. This morning, it's our first morning here at the Hocking Hills KOA. We're gonna try to beat the crowds over to Old Man's Cave. It's the most popular destination here, so we want to try to get there early. That way there's not a whole crowd of people like we saw yesterday at whatever that was called, the waterfall. What was the waterfall we were at yesterday?
Cedar Falls.
Cedar Falls. So we want to try to beat the crowds over there, because yesterday at Cedar Falls it was really crowded, so hopefully there's less people. Alright, well, as you can see, empty parking lots, so I would say we're successful in our mission of beating the crowds.
Wow, what a waste.
Water for the birdies.
Water for the birdies. Is that a pretty waterfall? Like I'm in the Pacific Northwest or something.
I've never seen anything like this.
I mean, just look at these cliffs.
Yeah.
So I feel like in general this is a way better experience than last night. I mean, there's obviously nobody here right now, which makes it way better. So definitely, if you're coming here, I recommend coming in the morning because you're going to get the best experience. Yesterday when we were at Cedar Falls, there was people everywhere. They were wading in the water, even though that sign, and there was signage just like that over at Cedar Falls. I mean, the other thing too is you really got to kind of respect the habitat, and like, because this is still a natural place, you know, so you shouldn't be walking all over God's creation. I mean, there's there's trails for a reason, and there's signs that say stay on the trails. And we want to preserve this kind of stuff for the generations to come. But just look at this place. Guys, the beauty of this place just doesn't stop. At every corner, there's something different to see. On this, I don't really know how to capture on video, but hopefully we can get some pictures and I'll overlay them into this. This is the whole reason we bought the camper, was to go and experience things like this. You just can't overstate the beauty of what's here. I still can't believe we're in Ohio. It's just incredible, really. I mean, we were kind of expecting to see stuff like this on our trip to New York that we're taking later this year, but I don't think I expected this to quite be this good.
Yeah, it's like a cave, isn't it?
You almost need Corey from Finding Our Someday to come here with the 360 GoPro to truly capture this the way that it needs to be captured.
What's amazing is how nice and natural they tried to keep the man-made parts of it. Like, look, I bet you wouldn't even know there's stairs over there unless you were paying close attention.
Behind me you can see Old Man's Cave, but we're going to go down to the lower falls, so on our way back we'll show you more up that way. Come on, Sarah. This is just spectacular though. I mean, just check it out over there. I hope you really can see this. Of course, you should come see it for yourself and not just watch my YouTube video. I'm pretty certain our child doesn't have a whole lot of basic survival instincts. She would probably jump off a cliff wouldn't even know she did it. Friends, this is the lower falls. And the area surrounding it. And over there you can see the trail that came down to get down here. So there's plenty of views from up there as well. You're eating fruit snacks. Friends, this is just another one of those spots here. I don't know how to capture it on video.
Or even in words, like, what do you even say about that?
Yeah, I mean, I hope you can see at least some of it, but you ought to come here and see it for yourself. And this is right beside the lower falls, by the way, in case you're wondering where we're at. The cool thing about this trail is everywhere you go, you can hear the sound of the waterfalls. And it makes it a lot more peaceful. But just look at these cliff faces. The word Hocking comes from an Indian word hawking, referring to the Hocking River's bottle-shaped gorge near Lancaster. So, friends, behind me you can see Old Man's Cave. I'm walking backwards, so if I trip, that's why. But it was named for a hermit named Richard Rowe, who lived here in the late 1700s. But it's just a spectacular rock formation. So, just a word of advice. Today is a Friday. Let me just tell you, 9 o'clock is too late. Honestly.
If you want it to yourself.
Yeah, if you want it to yourselves. Even 7:30 is probably too late. 7 o'clock seemed to be the time to get here. Friends, this is from behind the waterfall at Ash Cave. I'm not going to film much more of this area. I'm going to leave it for you to come see on your own. But it's definitely worth coming to see. So everybody, we're trying a new strategy here. We're trying to do some hiking late in the evening. So just like this morning, empty parking lots. It's almost 12 hours later. It's around 7:30 in the evening. So basically what we did was we sight saw in the morning and kind of went back to camp and took a break, took a nap, hung out at the pool, and now we're back out here where there's no crowds, and if it's anything like what we've already been seeing, it should be amazing. This is some beautiful stuff here. It's not just the cliffs, but all the trees that are on the other side. It's just so green and lush. It's really incredible. And this is definitely a good time of day to be here for sure. I mean, it's quiet and there's not a lot of other people around.
This might be slippery.
Yeah, you need to be careful.
Yes, this is slippery.
I mean, this might be the cave. I'm not exactly sure.
I thought you could walk through it, but maybe it is.
I think you can.
Yeah, be careful on that.
Friends, I've said this several times in this video, but it's just really, really hard to believe that we are in Ohio, of all places. I mean, just look at that. It's absolutely incredible. Not sure if you'll be able to see me, but I have some good pictures with the iPhone of what this cave looks like. So if the footage doesn't work, I know that already did. But it's pretty cool for sure. Sarah's really enjoying it. That's what I do know. Sarah, what do you think of the cave? This trail to Rock House is definitely worth doing, and the cave is really neat, and it's just a really cool cliff.
It's the only true cave in the park.
Even though, like, they call the other ones caves, they're not.
They're recessed caves.
So definitely suggest you add this to your list when you're here, and we'll see you in the morning for some other stuff that we're gonna do.
There's a raindrop on me.
There's a raindrop on you.
So friends, right now we're at Conkle's Hollow, and we're doing the Gorge Trail. This morning it was raining quite a bit, and the Weather Channel was kind of predicting all kind of hail and flooding and all kind of stuff. So we kind of held off till the rain went away. We went to the Old Man's Cave Visitor Center, which we did not get to do the other day. Come over there because they were closed, but they open at 10. Is that what she said?
Yep, 10 to 5.
10 to 5 every day. This Conkle's Hollow doesn't seem like there's a ton of people here for a Saturday anyway. Much smaller parking lot, so I think less people do come here.
Yeah.
But
No dogs.
yes, no pets allowed on this trail.
They're very serious about it too. There's at least 3 different signs saying no pets.
But it is wheelchair accessible, as you can see. It's essentially a sidewalk, so, and it's very pretty in through here.
Yeah. It's like the Rock House Trail. It's just very peaceful. Very peaceful.
And there's
That's
like
cool.
random cave-looking things. Friends, I don't know if you can see what we're looking at up on the hillside, but this is one of those trails where you really just gotta mosey around and just keep looking up, because there's amazing things on the sides of the gorge. The sign calls this formation a grotto. This is kind of like walking in another world. hopefully you can see some of the enormity of what's behind us. Seriously, this is like being in another world. So friends, I think we're nearing the end. As you can see, the sidewalk ended that we were walking on. And it's become quite crowded all of a sudden. Okay friends, hopefully we can discuss this without me getting lost in the meantime trying to pay attention to what I'm saying. But this place, if there's people, like if there's a packed parking lot where you're trying to see something, that's not where you want to be. And it came out of nowhere too. You'll notice in the footage that we were talking about how nice and peaceful it was and there was nobody. And then
About 5 minutes later,
all of a sudden, like it was like a tidal wave, and there was just people everywhere. I was trying to set up a shot of us crossing a bridge, and they just came and they just kept coming. It was almost like a bus dropped a bunch of people off at once, but that wasn't really what happened. It's just, I don't know.
everyone got there at the same time.
But in that last bit there, hopefully you can hear what I was saying over all the noise of people yelling and stuff. I mean, you couldn't get pictures of nothing, you couldn't film nothing, you couldn't hear yourself think. So, I guess what I'm trying to tell you is, get up early, be the first people there, and if you're not a morning person, your best bet is to go in the evening and be the last people on the trail. So friends, we're down here just a little bit downstream from Cedar Falls. We wanted to try to come back late in the evening and see the falls with less people there. But as you can see, the beauty of this place is not limited to just the short trails around the individual sites themselves. And we really, really want to come back here and do this whole 3-mile section between here and Old Man's Cave. And there's a section from here to Ash Cave that makes that loop even longer.
Yeah, I think so.
So
It's the whole gorge. It goes the whole gorge.
And so if you have the time, you want to do this whole trail, because I mean it's just never ending, otherworldly scenery, and I just can't believe we're in Ohio.
Soon I can make a order. You need. And how soon go? Okay, whoa. Whoa. At the one side. Whoa.
You gotta. So, friends, this is how you want to experience Cedar Falls. 8 o'clock at night. There's nobody else here, and it's just beautiful. Definitely come to Hocking Hills State Park in Ohio.
Yes.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. I promised you pictures of the new truck, and I thought maybe we'll just do one better and shoot the conclusion of this video in front of it. So we made it home safely from Hocking Hills. We had a fantastic time. We thought the campground was pretty nice. I would definitely recommend staying someplace like that with a pool if you're going to Hocking Hills and doing the sightseeing in the morning, hanging out at the pool during the peak of the day, and then you can go back and sightsee in the evenings. But we had a great time. Highly recommend Hocking Hills area for anyone who likes waterfalls, and we'll definitely be back again someday. There's a lot more to see. So stay tuned to our channel, guys, because next week we're going to reveal the truck, go over all the logistics of what it is, where it came from, how long it took, all that stuff. And so until next time, we'll see you next memory.